new campaign, it's going to be different and tough enough to force Iran to give in. Here with us now, retired Marine intelligence officer and host of the Strat podcast, Lieutenant Colonel Hal Kempfer. Always great to have you on the show, Hal.
Thanks, Laura. Great to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so we want to talk about these secondary sanctions that some say could backfire if countries that do rely on Iranian oil retaliate or actually refuse to comply. So, the question is, can the U.S. enforce them without hurting its own interests?
Well, the concept behind them is that we have so much gravitas in the global market that basically we're forcing a lot of countries to make a choice. You want to deal with, you want to work with, you want to trade with, you want to have economic ties to the U.S., or do you still want to do stuff with Iran? And this goes back for a very long time. It would happen with European countries and others where they'd kind of have a side deal going with Iran that would keep them from really cracking down. And of course, when anything went wrong, the U.S. would swoop into the Persian Gulf and we'd be handling it militarily. So we'd kind of foot the bill. That's the White House narrative. That's what they've been saying for some time. This looks like we're really going to be stringent. Now, what's interesting is the UAE, United Arab Emirates, have also announced essentially a series of financial restrictions and sanctions. They were always kind of a backdoor for Iran to deal with the financial markets and to basically move money for trade and stuff. That's closing off. So there might be a lot more, a lot more bite to this to Iran than a lot of people were initially thinking.
Iran says the Strait of Hormuz is closed, and the Trump administration wants the sanctions to force Iran to fully reopen it. So we've been having all this back and forth over the strait, but Trump also says that ships are actually moving through. Let's listen to that.
The Treasury Secretary says that we could see the most impactful sanctions on Iran this week. When will they come, and what else could be sanctioned on Iran?
Well, we have things that we could sanction. We have very draconian sanctions, and we'll see what happens. Right now, the strait is open. A lot of boats are coming through.
All right. So what do you think open really means?
Well, open doesn't mean that they're freely going back and forth. But what came out this week was what everybody kind of suspected. First off, the International Maritime Organization, IMO, tells mariners, if you're going through hazardous areas, you can turn off your automated identification system, your AIS. Ships have been doing that. So when we look at that empty strait where not many ships are going through, ships are traveling dark, essentially. They're not being seen. Now we're finding out that the U.S. was essentially escorting a number of tankers going through. And I saw numbers that said up to 10 million barrels a day of oil was getting through the strait, which is pretty significant when you look at the pre-war total of 20 billion. Or 20 million, I'm sorry. So anyway, that tells you that it's not completely open, but it's definitely not as closed as a lot of the reporting had indicated earlier.
Treasury Secretary says the administration believes the blockade and new sanctions are going to put enough pressure on Iran at this point to bring down the regime entirely. Let's listen to him.
It is a 1-2 punch. We have the blockade, and we are going to have the toughest sanctions in history. And I will tell you, this will work. It worked in Venezuela once we put up the blockade. It is working in Cuba right now, and it is going to work in Iran, and we are going to collapse this regime.
Iran's reaction is that it has survived sanctions before. They can do it again, essentially. And some analysts say that Tehran fears surrendering to U.S. demands even more than economic pain. Is this a blind spot for the president and the administration as you see it?
I don't know if it's a blind spot. I have to tell you, there's a certain amount of risk with this particular course of action. But what I do see is that, yes, they have survived sanctions, but they haven't survived this level of sanctions, at least from what I can see. The other thing I think that's a big indicator is President Pezeshkian of Iran and some of those others which are considered sort of the pro-negotiation side, which says, you need to negotiate way out of this. He has come out and said, look, we need to end the war. We need to negotiate this thing now. He's recognizing the strain within Iranian society. He's recognizing that the regime may not survive. And he wouldn't be saying that. And when you say economic collapse, you're implying regime collapse. And when you're saying that, you're implying regime change. We have not stated that regime change is a goal, but you can't say economic collapse without saying that logically leads to a shift in our policy, or at least a shift in our desired end state.
Yeah, well, we're going to see it play out together. Retired Marine intelligence officer, always great to have your perspective. Lieutenant Colonel Hal Kempfer, thank you.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank you. And also,